And hi guys, and welcome back to making Kush Maini a Formula 1 champion, and we have a secret meeting already. But before that guys, let's just go into the standings here. Let's see, Max Verstappen obviously won, Kush Maini got P5 and Charles Leclerc got P2. Obviously guys, I was so close to Sergio Perez who got P3 and Fernando Alonso's P4, but they were just too fast. So guys, let's just go into the secret meeting, and we have Mercedes who are approaching us, so that is cool. We are getting approached by Mercedes AMG Petronas, and let's see, Lewis Hamilton P7, the best result he had. George Russell's best result is P6. So is there even a point in continuing talks with them, considering we are right now P3? But I decided, let's just continue the talks, and we will wait for the next time we get any kind of news about it, and then we will worry about this. So guys, let's just skip past the time obviously, and we have to wait. And now for the second resource points we get, and we have now 1246 resource points. So let's just go into the R&D, and obviously we are right now 5th best car. So let's see, aerodynamics we can do it, but right now our chassis is something that is hurting us. So let's see, 1900 point, can't upgrade anything. Exhaust is 10 resource points extra, and rotor speed is something we can upgrade, and it will come out before Imola, so that is a good news for us. Let's do that, and it is going to be a major one. So guys, let's just go into the qualifying.
We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
So into the qualifying Q1, have two green sectors. Lando Norris has just done the fastest lap, and let's try to do a good enough of a lap so that we can go into Q2 on only this one lap. But let's see, into the last corner, taking it easy, we have to do something. So around the last corner, the corner in which it hurts us a little bit, but we are right now looking good. So DRS open, race to the line, and we go P5. And look at that guys, we are right now P8, and I'm going to skip past the time because I don't think anyone is improving enough to kick us out of Q2. So let's see, Q1 is over, and we were down then P10, and we are P10. We are just P10, so that is a good news for us. And let's see, Pierre Gasly is out, and Lewis Hamilton is also out. What happened to him? Obviously our teammate, I don't know what's happening to him. He is not showing that much pace, but Lewis Hamilton is out. You do not see that every day, but I guess that also happens. So let's see, Q2 on a used set of soft tires which we used in the first qualifying session. So let's see, two green sector. Lando Norris again goes 5 tenths faster than what he did in Q1, and we have to do a good enough lap on this tires, otherwise we will have to use a new set, and I think we will have to use a new set because everyone is so close. So DRS open, race to the line. Let's see what we get, and we are P3 right now, but obviously only in front of Zhou. And look at that guys, as soon as I came in, we are now P10, and we are just dropping and dropping. So I think we will have to go on a new tire and go for another run. So we have taken a lot of time here, 30 seconds remaining. We are now going out, and look at that guys, right now we are P10, but people have not done their laps, so we are going to go lower. So we have to improve, otherwise we are getting kicked out of this session. So let's see, first two corners, and look at that guys, so much confidence under the braking and under everything, and we have gained a lot of time. But at the end of the lap here, we have stayed with that 1.5 tenths, was not able to gain anything other than that. So rounding out the last corner, and we have lost that time, but we have gained a lot of good traction here. So it's straight to the line, we have 2.5 tenths. Let's see where we will be ending up in, and we are P6. So that is good news for us. We have qualified into P6 now. So, and the main goal was to do that. And George Russell has been kicked out, and Charles Leclerc too. Charles Leclerc out into Q2, and George Russell to Lando Norris and Max Verstappen and Lance Stroll Lance Stroll on top in Q2. So many unknowns now, obviously, so many craziness is happening, and let's keep an eye on us. Sergio Perez has driven the fastest lap, and we are on a used set of tires, and we have to do a good enough lap here. So let's see, rounding out the last corner on a used set of tires, taking it easy there, so do not. Let's see, straight to the line, we are going to be P9. That is not really a good lap, but we have to do again. So we are 2 seconds slower than Sergio Perez, who is in P1. I don't know what's happening to him. He is doing an amazing job. So let's see, 20 seconds remaining. We are not gaining time, but we will gain it in turn 1. And look at that, guys, already into turn 1 we have gained 2 turns. So we will just have to gain and gain. Obviously we will do that, because the lap I did was on a used set of tires, and you do not get that much performance out of them. So let's see, first sector almost done, and we have gained 7.5 tons. We have gained 7.5 tons, and it's purple. The lap is purple here. 9 tons gain. Let's go till the end here. Let's see, 1 second gain, but guys, I don't think it will be enough. 1.2. We were 2 seconds behind Sergio Perez, so we haven't gained that much time. And rounding out the last 2 corners, and we are 1.4 up, and we are now taking it everything. We have 1.6, 1.7. This might actually put us somewhere. Race to the line where we are going to be, and it's P5. It's P5, guys. Considering we are just behind Max Verstappen, so that is good. And Sergio Perez goes on pole with Oscar Piastri P2. So guys, let's just go into the race. But look at that, guys, Zhou Guanyu is P10. That is also cool. So guys, let's just go into the race.
Well, once upon a time, this used to be the season opener before it fell victim to a pandemic reshuffling. But now Albert Park is back at the heart of the F1 calendar, so welcome to sun-kissed Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. It's a combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners, making it a very tricky track when it comes to overtaking. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Verstappen, Maini, Ocon, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Zhou, Hülkenberg, Albon, Russell, Ricciardo, Hamilton, Gasly, Behrman, Bottas, Sargent, and Charles Leclerc completes today's grid order. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. So I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about this afternoon, and who's going to talk about it with us? None other than Naomi Schiff. Hi Naomi. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race, but I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
And after a bad qualifying, Charles Leclerc has decided he will take a penalty, so that is good for him. And let's just go from medium to hard here. Simple strategy with 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're gonna go for the Australian GP Piastri's home race. And look at that, he's going side by side with Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez has taken the lead, and we are trying to go side by side with Lando Norris at into turn 1. We have overtaken Lando Norris and Piastri also fighting there. They are still going side by side. Alonso and Max Verstappen also going side by side. Ocon and Sainz are also going side by side. So we have 3 double guys going here, and look at that, guys, through the inside. Norris has stayed in front of Piastri now, and Alonso has stayed in front of Max Verstappen because it's difficult to go too wide here. And let's see, we are 8 tenths behind Sergio Perez, and now the goal is to stay with him But obviously guys, the medium tires go out very quickly, so we have to do something here. Otherwise, when as soon as we lose DRS, we will be going down, because if you see on the right side of the screen, you can see we have already one engine, and the worst part is it's ICE. The one of the main things that give us energy in the engine is damaged, and because of that this race is going to be difficult for us, and I did not see that before going into the qualifying, and this might ruin us. But right now we are looking good. So rounding out the last corner at the end of turn 2, and we have lost DRS, and look at that guys, a big mistake here, and because of that Lando Norris has gained a second. Lando Norris gains almost a second. Well, he gained 1.2 seconds because he was 1.4 seconds out, so he is now only 1/10 behind us. Obviously he did not make a dive bomb there, so that is a good news for us. And lap 3, look at that guys, we're still going side by side with Piastri and Lando Norris, because they are just behind us and they will try to overtake us. So still without any DRS and not using ERS because we have none, and Lando Norris overtakes us, but Piastri is still going side by side, and through the inside we have stayed in front of Oscar Piastri at least. And the problem for us is that Piastri is the home favorite here, and he might make a little bit of a crazy dive bomb here and there to get his win if he can, because obviously guys, McLaren is a fast car, and considering Max Verstappen is not even in P5, well, in top 5, he is not looking good. So at the end of lap 3 guys, we have the DRS of Lando Norris, so we will have to keep that DRS, otherwise we are going to get overtaken very quickly. And look at that guys, lap 6, we are still in the DRS of Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen trying to overtake Oscar Piastri around the outside, and he has. Oscar Piastri just did not think that there is any point fighting him too much, and Max Verstappen in his Red Bull has overtaken. And look at that guys, we have our objective to keep the fuel load above 35 kgs, and I think we can do it. But right now look at that guys, lap 7, the tires are more or less gone, and the engine has gone more orange, so we are not really looking good. But we can still do something guys, we just need to stay in the DRS of Lando Norris, that will be enough. But look at that, at the end of lap 8 we are almost, and yes, we are out of DRS, and Max Verstappen did not attack us on this occasion, so that is the good news for us. But we are out, and look at that guys, at this point my car was feeling like we are driving on ice, so it was really difficult to keep up. Obviously guys, the performance we have in the car is actually good, but again the problem is our tire wear. Our tires go way too quickly, and that is one of the reasons we are struggling here. So look at that guys, Max Verstappen trying to overtake us, going side by side, and into turn 1 he backs out. Max Verstappen backs out because obviously guys, he knows that he can get in front of us without any problem, so he will not make any dive bomb. So look at that, he tried again. Max Verstappen again tried to do something here, but he has to just stay there. And look at that guys, we are getting wheel spin in the places where you do not get wheel spin, so that is not a good news for us. We have to stay with air, otherwise we are going to lose many position. But look at that, DRS now open for Max Verstappen, he will try to overtake us, and we are just trying to defend, obviously now using battery because he was too close. And look at that, going side by side with and look at that guys, we have crashed. Alonso was going side by side, and we have made a big mistake. Oscar Piastri is out, and let's see what happened there. We were going side by side with Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen overtakes us. I did not see Alonso there, and I just went straight into the back of Oscar Piastri. That is not good guys. The home favorite has lost too much, and look at that guys, Max Verstappen has a big damage, and it was even before we did anything. And look at that, we have a safety car of our causing. Guys. A dumb mistake. It was because I was not looking at the right side. I thought Max Verstappen is out, and let's focus on the left side, which was Oscar Piastri. And in doing that, Alonso just went straight with us, and he Well, our tires collided and then I tried to give him some space, and as soon as I went left, Oscar Piastri was there. So that is a big mistake from us, and because of that I think Oscar Piastri's front wing is gone, so he will have to change that. And Max Verstappen's front wing was already gone, so it wasn't even our fault. And for the best thing we could have gotten, we have a problem with our pit stops, and every single one of them in the pits, and then RB is getting stuck, Bottas kicks over is getting stuck, and Max Verstappen, though I think he has fixed his front wing, has come out into P11 and we have come out into P6, so we have also lost position. The only people who haven't lost position is Alonso, Norris and Sergio Perez, so that is a good news for them. And look at that, guys, I wasn't able to save the gear, so we are doing that. And lap 11, guys, and Sergio Perez has gone, so has Lando Norris just behind Sergio Perez, Alonso also there, and we are here into P6 in front of Albon there, and just behind Carlos Sainz. We have to do something about that. And into turn 1, Perez and Lando Norris just stays there, and look at that, guys, we are just behind Carlos Sainz hard tires is not warmed up, ours are, so I think this will be the time to overtake these guys. And let's go into the braking for turn 3, and we have made a dive bomb, and we have almost collected the front wing and plate for Carlos Sainz, but we have not made any damage, so that is a good news for everyone. And we have stayed and overtaken Carlos Sainz. Obviously we have lost DRS to Alonso and Ocon, but I think, guys, we will gain that DRS back. And look at that, we are already into the DRS, and Alonso and Ocon fighting side by side. Ocon trying to overtake him but can't do, and look at that, guys, lap 13, Alonso is still into P3, and Norris has been, well, he is trying to overtake Sergio Perez, and look at that, he gets DRS now, going side by side with Sergio Perez and into the braking, going around the outside, same as Max Verstappen, and Lando Norris has done it. Perez was just a little passive in that defense, but he did good. He did not make any kind of damage or any kind of contact with anyone, so that is a good news for him. And look at that, guys, at the end of lap 13, Lando Norris stays in front of Sergio Perez, but Sergio Perez will get DRS, so let's see, will he overtake him? Will he overtake Sergio Perez? Sergio Perez will not overtake Lando Norris, but Ocon tries to overtake Alonso but wasn't able to do, and we have an objective to overtake Ocon. So I think this is the best time we can overtake him, and look at that, Ocon going defensive. We are losing too many time, and look at that, into the turn 3. We have made a dive bomb. And we have just again twice made contact with Ocon, and we have gone out of the circuit, and we have stayed in front of Ocon. Because obviously when we went out of the circuit, we were still side by side with Ocon, and still, well, the game did not ask us to give the position back because Ocon overtakes us. And obviously, guys, our ICE is a lot damaged, and because of that, it is getting difficult to do anything. And we have taken a break, obviously, and we are back here. And look at that, we have a yellow flag, and it's for Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly is slow, and he is parking up. Pierre Gasly has parked up, and guys, what a bad situation. We cannot have two cars competing properly in the races, and that is not a good news for anyone in the team. Because last season it was us who DNF 5 times, and this time in only the third race, in which it was my first DNF of the season, Pierre Gasly gets his first. And look at that, guys, lap 15, Ocon going side by side with Alonso there. Can he overtake him? And he has into the braking for turn 1, just stayed in behind. And look at that, guys, we have again just behind Ocon, and I'm not going to make any mistake because, guys, I do not have the straight line speed to do anything here, because obviously the ICE for me has damage, so we have no power, no outright power to stay with these guys. So I thought, you know what, there is nothing I can do right now. Let's just try to stay in the DRS of these guys, and if we can do that, that will be the right choice. So lap 17 into the braking, and we are trying to overtake Alonso, and we have done it, guys. We made a dive bomb and we have overtaken Fernando Alonso, but we have lost a little bit time to Ocon, but that doesn't matter, guys, because Ocon, I don't know if he has some kind of problem. Obviously he is in a Ferrari, but right now he is slow. But look at that, he is gaining time. Alonso will try to overtake us and he gets DRS. And look at that, guys, we are going defensive a little and then go back to the racing line. Obviously you can move twice on the straight to defend, so we have done that, but at the end of lap 18 Ocon has just run away. So it looks like the only reason Ocon was slow because he was behind Alonso, and as soon as he got in front he is overtaking us. And look at that, guys, into lap 19 Ocon has already overtaken us, and Fernando Alonso has also overtaken us, and Lewis Hamilton tried to overtake us but we just stayed in front of him. So now the goal is to stay in the DRS of Fernando Alonso, otherwise we are going to lose way too much time to these guys. That will be not a good choice for us. So let's see, we are pushing now with the hard tires. You can push a little extra than those medium tires, so that is a good news for us. And lap 19 we have the DRS. Yep, we have, and that is a good news for us, guys, because we would have gotten much worse if we do not get DRS from Alonso, because certain Lewis Hamilton, certain 7-time world champion will attack us without any hesitation. So that is a good news for us. And into the braking, I thought about overtaking Alonso, but then I remember that if I overtake Alonso I will be dropped from these guys. And lap 23, guys, we have still straight in the DRS train, so that is a good news. And we have a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag, but Lewis Hamilton do not care about it and he has overtaken us. But into the braking, force again, still going side by side, and we have pushed Lewis Hamilton a little bit wide, and because of that he had to slow down in the chicane, and we have again gone. And look at that, Lewis Hamilton comes back. But we are the bravery in the brakes and we have done it, guys. We have stayed in front of Lewis Hamilton, but Lewis Hamilton again, we are still going side by side, and Nico Hülkenberg is the one who is out of the session with an engine failure. What a bad news for us. And look at that, guys. Finally, though we have lost 2 seconds to Fernando Alonso, we have stayed in front of Lewis Hamilton. Was it the right choice? I don't know, but lap 24, guys, we have stayed in front of Lewis Hamilton. So now the goal is to do 6 outright qualifying laps to stay in front of Hamilton, otherwise we are going to get kicked out of this position very fast. So let's see, still going side by side, in front of Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton can't do anything because we are looking good. So, and look at that, guys, we are still staying in front of him. Our engine has gone a little bit red and we have an objective. We have an objective to charge our ERS. So the best place to charge it would be at the end in the third sector. So that will be the right choice, and we have a yellow flag, so that will save us from any attacking from Lewis Hamilton. So that is a good news, and obviously we have 4 laps to complete the objective, so we are not going to worry about that right now. And Lewis Hamilton gets DRS. We are using every part of ERS we have, and into the braking we have stayed in front of Lewis Hamilton, pushing him onto the curb as much as we can. We are going to make so much problem for him, otherwise we are going to lose this position very fast. So lap 25, look at that, guys. I think it's because Sainz and Hamilton fighting so much, that has given us a chance to recharge our battery, because these guys are out of our DRS and we have already charged that, and we are right now obviously none in the ERS, and that is giving us a lot more grip right now, but that will ruin our tires very quickly, so we cannot keep up with that. So let's use the battery. We have to stay in front of Hamilton, though he has caught up in the DRS of us, but let's try to break away that. And lap 29, Lando Norris has stayed in front of Perez there, and we are here at the end of lap 28, and we are also in front of Lewis Hamilton. So our main goal is to stay in front of him. So we are going to be the second last chance he will get to overtake us, and Lewis Hamilton gets DRS, and we are still in front of him. And into turn 1 we have stayed in front of Lewis Hamilton without any problem, so that is the good news for us. And let's see, lap 29, Lando Norris is still going in front of Sergio Perez, but Sergio Perez gets DRS and he is going side by side and into the chicane. Sergio Perez has overtaken Lando Norris for the lead on the last lap. That is amazing. Sergio Perez has shown his true performance here, and he will win the Australian GP. But Lando Norris can't do anything because he is now 6 tenths behind Sergio Perez. and Sergio Perez just taking his time, rounding out the last corner and race to the line. Sergio Perez wins the Australian GP and Lando Norris comes in 4 tenths behind Sergio Perez to stay into P2 there. And Ocon did an amazing job getting that P3, and we are rounding the last corner, gets P5 without any problem, and Sainz at the end overtakes Hamilton. So that is not a good news for him. That was good, guys. That was good. Obviously a little bit difficult to do the race, but we did a good job with the engine we shouldn't have. So guys, let's just see the podium celebration.
And they led every single lap of the race. It was a light to flag victory, and that is total dominance.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here.
So guys, I think it was an amazing race. Obviously, Sergio Perez, after an amazing start and pole, stayed in front and even got the fastest lap. So that is amazing. And Charles Leclerc went from P20 after taking a engine penalty, goes to P10, and Lewis Hamilton was just into P7, and Max Verstappen also got P9 after coming out into P11. And this is the reason, guys, Max Verstappen was also shocked, because the grid is so close that if you are into a DRS train, it will be really difficult to overtake anybody. And look at that, guys, we have again clawed our way to 83 rating. So let's try to get that 83 rating in the next race. Otherwise it won't be fun. So guys, if you enjoyed these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.